One of the things I really enjoy about my job is how every case that comes in through our doors is different than the one before. In fact, one of the things that we try to do as your personal injury lawyers is to make your case different from any other, so that your injuries and how it impacted your life is unique only to you. We had an interesting case not too long ago of a lady who was trying to hop onto a city bus. It was winter time. There'd been some recent snowfalls and the amount of snow was quite high and impressive, and she couldn't get to her bus stop, so she had to climb over this bus snowbank to get to where the bus would be pulling up to. And unfortunately, in the process of doing so, she slipped and fell and actually slid underneath the bus. Fortunately, the bus stopped in time. But as she fell, she really badly injured her shoulder and tore some of the muscles and tendons in her shoulder. Originally, we wondered who the party would be that would be suing. Will it be the city that didn't plow the snow from the street? Would it be the city bus transit that pulled up in an area that was potentially dangerous for our client to use, because the only way to get to the bus literally was over the snowbank? This lady had a very, very difficult medical past. You know, there's few people who come into our office who have perfect health before they're injured. And she had a multitude of health issues. She had a checkered work history, but fortunately she had been working in a low-entry job before her accident occurred. But she was your typical person standing on one leg, so to speak, the kind of person you don't want to hurt, frankly, because they don't respond well to further trauma. So she was really set back very poorly as a result of this injury. She had struggled in the past with mental health issues and frankly had really dealt with depression. And she'd had a tough life. She really had. Sometimes I say if some people don't have bad luck, they don't have any luck at all. Well, she was one of those kind of people. Anyway, it was a difficult case because she presented with such a litany of this long list of medical issues before she came in to see us. We ended up settling her case for $130,000. And to be honest with you, it was a lot more than we would have judged her case to be worth when she came in, which really underscores the point that you just don't know when someone comes in what their injury is worth. Frequently, my clients will ask me, "Mr. Gnys, what do you think my injury is worth?" And I honestly say, I really don't know at this point in time. We have to see how this story ends. And it ended well for her, but she never really did recover from a lot of the injuries that she suffered. Her shoulder will never be the same. She had surgery, and it was of some limited success. But when you have someone who is marginalized to begin with, someone who doesn't have a lot of transferable job skills, someone who is prone to depression, someone who's on medication, it's a difficult kind of file to present, because how they respond to trauma is not necessarily how other people will. But it's really satisfying to be able to settle a case like that and be able to provide a lifeline to people and some hope for the future that they can then use these funds to establish themselves perhaps onto a better road than they were on at the time of their injury. It's very satisfying to take someone who's so marginalized in society and who's been injured and be able to provide them with a way to be able to manage their injuries, their treatment, provide for their family, all because of an unfortunate snowfall and a case where premises were dangerous and ought to have been rectified before this occurred.